Hey folks, hang on, I'll get back in the... How y'all doing there? We're in a different position here this morning, this afternoon or whatever. Trying to clean up. I have a little manual brake right here. I want to make a small box out of aluminum. I have some aluminum, but now I gotta find some room to operate in my little brake here. Well, first you gotta clean the spot up, eh? And believe me, there's but this is not this is not the topic this morning. The topic, I think it's Ronald Cash, if I remember right, that asked me if I had memories of apprentices, eh? And, well, good. I'm not going to tell you bad stuff. The good stuff. Good memories. Well, I got memories. I was over 40 years as foreman and supervisor on jobs, but mostly foreman. And had good guys and mediocre guys and guys that, well, they weren't quite up to snuff. But we'll talk about the good guys. Apprentices, mostly. A few little stories. One big thing, that I always tried to do with the guys that work for me is, well, first thing I have to say is when you're foreman, you have to, it's not a superiority thing, it's the people working for you have to respect you and not think of you as their peer, but think of you as the guy that's going to guide them, the guy that's going to ask. Or sometimes as a foreman you have to tighten the screws, because when you don't crack the whip often enough, the screws get loose, and well, you gotta fine tune sometimes, and that's not always easy to do. Different people have different, well, the screws are at a different place, Don't want to upset them, but you want to get them to do the work the way you would like them to do it. And this is a skill by itself. Psychological sometimes. But anyways, we don't want to get into the psychological stuff. Not that I'm no expert at that. First, I just want to say, I used to have fun with the apprentices. What I do is we'd go every night. I tell them that we were going to get a tool check. Hey, the way it's going, we're not going to clean nothing up today. But anyways, it's story time. Tool check, okay? And what I'd say is to the apprentices is I've noticed that all their screwdrivers were all from different makes, And right away, I tell them, right away, that tells me that they don't buy screwdrivers, they steal it from the mechanics, the electrician that they work with. So, jokingly, I'd do a tool check every night and I'd stick it on their nose. Like there was some guys, they had, like me when I was an apprentice, they'd have some sales at like Sears. And they have the complete set of screwdrivers. Eventually, I look at my my tool chest or tool box or whatever. Oh yeah, I just story time. You guys have any spare time there? Because we're off into a sidetrack here. When I was young, a guy told me I had to wear a tool pouch. You know, like the leather pouches there with the strap around your waist and everything. So I wasn't. I always did. I figured a good day's work But at first I noticed it was hard on my back, because it's always pulling you to one side, eh? So what I did is I got a real metal toolbox. I'd put my tools in that, and I'd carry that wherever I was going, eh? And the guy didn't like that, eh? He was an electrician. I wasn't impressed then, eh? So I told him, I said, look, I says, I got more tools in my toolbox than you ever thought of owning. And I'm not a pack horse, so I'm not about to start packing saddlebags. So there you go with your tool bag on your hip. Never. I have one. Okay, it's 60 years old somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's in here somewhere. Leather's all deteriorated. I keep it as a reminder of what not to get. But it's too late now, anyways. Ooh. Look at this. Hey, look at that. In the days when we used to drink Kool-Aid here at the sewing machine, eh? Some of you probably remember that. And I used to hide my... I don't know if I still have some... Some whiskey bottles somewhere in here. But anyways... I don't think we're going to discover nothing today the way it's going. Okay, we're back to the apprentices, eh? That's what the topic was. So there was a tool check every night, eh? And to see if they stolen some tools from the electricians. That was just a big joke, eh? I seen some apprentices there. You know what the difference is between a good apprentice and a not so good apprentice? The difference is if the guy wants to work or the guy doesn't want to work. Like, a job's a job's a job. I know that. And you get paid mostly for what you do. What you know, sometimes you know a lot more than you get paid for. But that's how the cookie crumbles in this world we live in. Anyways, so these apprentices, I had a guy work for me there, and there was a job. I never set somebody to do a job that I couldn't do myself. I was foreman. I'd go and do the dirtiest job just because I didn't want to put the people, or the most dangerous jobs, eh? I seen one time we're on a mezzanine in the paper mill, eh? It was hot. It was so hot that you could hardly breathe air. That how hot. There was a little porthole to the outside, eh? I don't know, for fresh air, or I don't know what they had that for. They could have had a bigger one that would have did a lot better. That was probably a hole for a pipe, and they took the pipe out and they just put a screen in the little door. Anyways, we'd go to that hole to breathe in fresh air. And we were two guys, and all we were doing, it was a 3-phase 600 volt motor. We were going at these, they had changed the motor because the motor had failed, eh? And to hook up, we had to, did we have the middle meter? Anyways, we established rotation on the motor, and then we hook it back up. It wasn't a big motor. It was maybe 5 horse. Took maybe in 10-15 minutes at the most. The only way we could do that job is we alternated, me and the young guy, and I kind of guided him through what we were doing, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Something special. We were working at a museum. It's the Museum of Civilization here in Ottawa, and they have it's maybe 200 feet high. It's like the sky. It's all blue, eh? It imitates the sky. But in the middle of that, there's a duck, and it's all framed in, and it's colored the same color as the sky, so you don't really see that duck work. But I had to run a cable to the other side of the sky part, eh? And there's a outer part to the sky that it's more or less just like a, I don't know how you describe that. It went around on the outer side, so we could walk in that. And then this job was it was all about putting in emergency lighting, because they had noticed during the ice storm that when the power failed, there was not enough lighting in the museum. And the company I was working for got the contract. And anyways, cut it short, okay? We're in the sky, 200 feet up in the air. And I'm looking for a way to get across to the other side to bring power to the other side, okay? I got a tree number 8, or 3 or 4, maybe a 4, because these panels were 3-phase. Maybe a 4 number 8, and I'm gonna bring it to the other side, but I don't have to go. I don't want to go around because it's maybe 300 feet more. So I have to increase the size of the cable by 2 sizes. I want to go right across the sky. There's a guy, well, we'll call him Guy. Okay? So I said, you think you can, okay, it's all framed, okay, and there's drywall, but this thing, how solid that is, I know the duct holds itself, because it was a pretty solid duct, but then they have it's all made with the metal joists, and drywall on top, and it follows a duct right across. So I told the guy, it's real tight quarter, he's got maybe 12 inches, eh, and there's everything, there's tie wire in there, and everything, eh. So I said to Guy, I says, you think you can make it across to the other side? He looks at it, he says, yeah, he says, I think I can. But I said, don't get caught in halfway and start yelling there. He says, I'm going to leave you there, and I'm going to tell your girlfriend you never came in this morning. He made it to the other side. I seen him pop up, eh? On the other side, I was ever glad. And I never, hey, this was a one-shot deal, eh? And there's nobody else. Like, he wasn't big, this guy, eh? But he had a lot of heart, and that's the important thing when you have an apprentice, and he wants to work, eh? He wants to get it done. Then you got somebody that's worthwhile training, eh, and showing more or less what you know. I had him a long time, over 12 years, and as a matter of fact, he's the one that gave me most of these fixtures. These were old fixtures, eh? Old fluorescent fixtures, 2-tube, and they gave me some 4-tube too, and I converted them to LED lights. But he's the one that gave me these lights. He started, incredibly, I think he's in his 50s now, eh? But I have good memories of, well, a lot of things. We had good times. Sometimes it wasn't so, hey, I don't remember if I told you, I think I told you this one about me and him being on a genie boom outside and minus, must have been minus 50. And this genie boom was so cold, it couldn't even retract the boom anymore, eh? And we were taking turns, eh? But we did many jobs. It was mostly, like, I was working in mostly industrial stuff, eh? So, but I seen go on another job, and he told me we were working for another guy who went there to help the other guy, okay? And he told me, he says, if I go, he goes too. He says, I'm not staying here. He says, that guy's crazy. Well, he was a little bit crazy, okay? You have to be forgiving sometimes, eh, when you're working for somebody. Whoa! we're not getting this cleaned at all the way it's going, eh? Well, the cleanup's it's just like the rest of the garage, eh? The first thing, it's hard to clean when you got nowhere to put the stuff, eh? That's the first problem we have here, eh? But anyways, I got good memories of apprentices that worked for me, and most of these guys, I could meet them and we'd have a laugh, and right now I try to think of anecdotes where things that happen over the time with apprentices, and I I just laugh it off, and I can't really think of anything in particular, but I had some good apprentices. I didn't feel like training people. I didn't have many apprentices, and looking at this, look at that. That's for stage lights, eh? On a pipe. You mount that on a pipe, and then you put a light under here, and then you could articulate the light whichever way you want. Century. I have a few of those. Wonder where they come from. Never know, eh? I have so much stuff in here. This is I noticed this, eh? This is the box that Thomas and Bits, remember this? A few years ago. Yeah, it sent me a tie wrap gun. And I still have some tie wraps. Look at that. Some Thomas and Bits tie wraps. Here's some nice slinky ones, eh? TY 524MX. There's all kinds. We used to. These are the big ones. These are the big ones. TY 27MX. Anyways, I'll probably bring those on the farm. Already brought. They already have a slew of them on the farm. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh my God. Oh, this is where, yeah, extra parts when I took my truck apart and I put it back together, and I have extra pieces that I don't know where they go. Ooh, there's a whipper. I wanted to rebuild the carburetor. I tried to adjust the float needle, and I wasn't successful. Well, I just had one go of it. Oh, look at this. See this, folks? Hey, one day we're gonna try this. Oops. This is the TIG torch. Yeah, this is the TIG torch. What's this for? Oh, that, I don't know. Does that open the gas? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, the regulator's here. I don't know why that's in here. I have a box too, eh? With all the, what do they call those? See the regulator here? With all the perishables. I'm not saying it right, I think. I have a little box, but I don't know where I put it. I guess that's almost the story of my life, eh? In here. So I don't know where I put it. But one day, I know I will come across it, or my son, when my son cleans this place up, I just seen something here. Oh my God, where do I put this? Eh? I just seen something here. In the back. Hey, whoa! We were talking about apprentices, eh? And here we are with everything but the kitchen sink. Well, that's it, Ron. If I think of something else, I'll make another video. But in the meantime, we have a lot of cleaning to do in here. I don't know. Spring's coming, eh? And we'll be heading to the camp. So I don't know if we'll have time to, I don't know if we'll have time to clean, eh? Hey, if I don't clean this year, I clean next year. But I got a funny feeling I'll run out of time before I get this place cleaned up. But anyways, in the meantime, you guys don't stop watching there. That's what encourages me. Or stop watching and then I'll stop making these videos. Eh? Okay, so that's it. Happy to share my jewels of knowledge, which is, I salute you all. And don't forget the comments are welcome. And we'll see you in the next one.